All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It's Sunday, Slowdown Sunday. We're slowing it down so much, we're releasing this a little bit late today. Out for a walk in the pouring rain here in New England, because we have a dog that does not give up. What are we talking about today? We haven't done Slowdown Sunday a lot. I often take Sundays off, even though I do love Slowdown Sunday. I love yacht rock. I don't know about you, but yacht rock is awesome. And so typically I do dip into the well of 70s slow music. It's amazing the 70s had so much of that music. But today we're doing something a little different, and I can't remember if I mentioned this week. I know I shared it on my page, but there's a reason why we're doing this today. So we are going back to 1981. And we're talking about the band Foreigner and their release 4. I'm excited about this because I just learned this week thanks to Def Leppard. What, Mark? What are you talking about? So Foreigner, the Foreigner were a hit right out of the gate with their first release. They had already established themselves like, Styx, and Foreigner, and they were just like leading the way with some really good rock and roll. For me, Double Vision, awesome record. And then Head Games after that. So they were on a roll. But they hadn't broken through to like greatness yet. So in 1980, they get a new producer, and it's Mutt Lange. We've talked about Mutt Lange before, but this is crazy, right? He's coming off of AC/DC's Back in Black, and he takes Foreigner's next record. It takes them 10 months to record this sucker, which was way longer than any of their first 3 records. They were struggling at times, but Mutt Lange is a perfectionist. And so between Mutt Lange and Mick Jones with his searing, blistering guitar, this ended up being a huge smash hit. And it's just amazing. This thing spent like 9 weeks at number 1, the whole album. And unbelievable. We all remember when this came out, when we all off the song Urgent. It just doesn't get any better than that, right? But what we're talking about here is Thomas Dolby. Thomas Dolby plays synthesizer on this record. I learned that this week. I just learned that from Def Leppard, because he also played keyboards and synthesizer on Def Leppard's records, Pyromania and Hysteria. What? I can't even. He was, with Foreigner, he was an unknown keyboardist. He was brought in to a session guy to do this work. And that's his signature synthesizer sound on Urgent, and on your song of the day we're going to get to right now, Waiting for a Girl Like You, that power ballad that that one just went through the roof as well. Sat at number 2 for 10 weeks. Number 2. Held off by Olivia Newton-John's Physical for 9 of those weeks, and then Hall & Oates, I Can't Go For That. But the album was number 1. I remember that summer, that following summer of 1982, we were all over that record. When it comes to Waiting for a Girl Like You, there's a story that Lou Gramm tells that he was working through the vocals and trying to figure out, not getting the right feel for it. He claims that a mysterious, beautiful woman appeared in the control booth and then disappeared. And that was, when she was there, that was his motivating factor to hit the vocals that he had never hit before on the take that you hear. That's what he says. That's what he's claiming. But unbelievable, right? When Thomas Dolby plays keyboard for Def Leppard, it's credited on Pyromania to Booker T. Boffin, not Thomas Dolby. It's the money from Def Leppard's record, Pyromania, that got him the seed money to be able to go in the studio and put out his first solo album, Golden Age of Wireless. She'd blinded me with science. How about that? Foreigner wouldn't get a number one until 1985 with I Want to Know What Love Is, another huge ballad. So that's what we learned this week. Thomas Dolby, Foreigner, and Def Leppard. Your song of the day is Waiting for a Girl Like You. You remember this song? I mean, this was a big deal. You wanted to hear this at all the school dances. We had the NHOB rule right before that at school. No hands on butts. Slow dancing. So that's your challenge today. Play the song, find someone to slow dance with, and put your hands on each other's butts. Should you choose to accept it, that's what you're doing today. Whatever you're doing on this rainy day here in New England, I hope it involves music. Slow it down and listen to some good stuff. Throw on yacht rock today. Have a good one, and as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.
Someone